Hi. So this is going to be a new series, and it's about the true twin flame, divine love. And this is episode 1. I think it's like cool to have really my microphone in the picture. So I was like looking around, like, does it look good? Anyway. So I have this first episode. I have a sort of the summary that should be it. And let's read it, It's really something that strikes me on the twin flame journey. And especially when you look at how people talk about it. How are they doing this stuff? And what strikes me after so many years and so deep of a journey that I did in this rabbit hole, so to speak, right? And very important, very important. If you can't understand this, then you really can't. How are you going to arrive? I don't know. So the question that I really want to pose here is, do you actually know what a twin flame is? Maybe we can open our minds and have a new idea about what that is, or hear some new perspective about that, right? So when you don't know this, you can never come in union with the true twin flame and the deeper truth of life. Knowing what the twin flame union even is important. How else would you be able to make come true this dream of the ultimate partner in all ways? The whole point is that it is not the personal good feeling, soul deepening point of the personal development where the connection point is. But the deeper beyond point is where they are. So to demonstrate this, I made 2 drawings. So let's try to explain my drawings and show them to you. I hope it helps. I mean, that's what it is about, right? So let's say you are this person. You are as an individual, and you have a core, and you have a form, and maybe you are pretty accustomed to the personal journey of working on that personal form. And you also understand that maybe you give it beautiful nutrition, maybe you give it wise daily life, maybe you give it some nutritious ideas to feed the mind. Maybe you understand that you should not be under constant pressure and stress, and you relax and you do different things to relax your body out and have some emotional relaxation as well every now and again, etc. And that is a beautiful personal journey. Now, when you would really, really, really come to the core of that, that's your soul. And in the soul is everything. That is true. This whole layer is in essence everything about taking care of yourself well and all that sort of stuff, whatever you may feel, however you may feel that in, is all colliding in the soul in an essential way, right? And everything is in the soul. Everything that is core, that is essential, is in the soul. All information is there, even all the information of deeper than all of this. So it is here. When you can connect directly to the soul, it is all here. And that can greatly influence you. And that can even make your work on your beautiful whole a lot better and more attuned. And that's so nice, isn't it? And sometimes we really desire to have a partner, and it is so wonderful that you can attract someone to be together with yourself, with your very well worked personal self. And that's wonderful. And maybe that person comes, and that's beautiful. And yeah, but is that the true twin flame? And is this the connection point, the soul in the form? Or is this the connection point, the soul in essence, in the core, where everything is? Yes, that is where the actual true twin flame is, in the core. Not really in how it plays out as of yet, often when we're still on the journey, right? I talk from the perspective of having done the journey, right? So yeah, because having done the journey, then your entire personal field will also be greatly influenced by the true twin flame, and that how that is present in the core. And then it will change, and actually it will look like that then. But that's like an extra layer of change. So let's assume that you're not there yet. You're still trying to attract them and stuff. But it's fairly difficult to attract them from only knowing this here, although every information is in there. What I want to get to is that the actual attraction point of the true twin flame that you may be desiring to have as your partner, not just any partner, but that one, the true attraction point of that is not lying here, but it is actually the center point of your entire pod that you are as a divine blueprint. Your entire soul pod is like this for most everybody, right? Two expressions of one blueprint in one bigger spirit pod, you could say. So the attraction point for your true twin flame is in the center point of that bigger oval that I drew. Do you understand that? So actually we need to make like sort of a new point, and it would be around here. That is the actual attraction point of your true twin flame, because that will encompass the entire oval. I'm not saying that your face looks oval or something. That is just how my infographic came out to look. It is, of course, a simplification because I want to give you some information about how that works on the soul level, because everything is so invisible there. It just makes sense to give you some sort of a map of that blueprint. So of course, this is then the true twin flame that comes from this attraction point. So how do you get from this attraction point to this attraction point? How do you get from feeling soulfully good and feeling a glimpse of your core to the source of your entire soul spirit pod? It is the source of your soul that gives you that entire picture. And there is another drawing that I want to show you. Maybe there are some people, because I'm talking to the new alchemists, right, that are also creative entrepreneurs, but creative is just your being. It's creation, right? So I think that the alchemists also can have like another drawing. This was what really was inspiring to me the last 12 months, But, you know, there are many systems that try to show maps of the invisible reality that we are. And this is a certain tradition, the Kabbalah, that has a certain map of what we are. Now, this is interesting. These are 10 points, and this is a map, they say, of the individual as a God being. And this is the map of that. This is a blueprint of what that is. And everything of creation is in here. And it is also a human being. And it's also the structure of the soul of the human being. And it is also the structure of the source. Right, the divine source. Anyway, without trying to make this all complicated and explaining the entire Kabbalah in 30 seconds, I can't do that. I will say that this represents the earth and the manifestation, the personal field, you know, like thinking and feeling, personal deepening, you know, and then the concepts of those points get more abstract, if you will, until we have like wisdom and truth and stuff. And then we're at the source of all wisdom and truth. And that's really like the invisible source. And then even above that, they have the idea that there is the Ein Sof ours. So the eternal light, which is wisdom, and it's our soul, and it's our soul blueprint and our soul architecture, and it's our soul, our twin flame, our twin soul, which is the same, which is us, which is just our architecture in one soul pod. So when you would say that this is my body, because it's very physical and it's manifested, and this is goes in the direction of like my mental, emotional, broadening experience of who I am. And it gets more broad and divine when I go up. Isn't it pretty far down when I'm here? You know, this is really deep, you know, this is really soul deepening, because I have crossed this veil. This is a horizontal line that is a veil. Like you are meditating and you cross a veil, you go deeper, and you have an insight that you otherwise wouldn't have had. Something becomes clear to you. That veil was penetrated by you, and you have an insight or something, you know, that's wonderful. Personal growth happens in this region, pretty much. So when you want to be together with your true twin flame, you'll need to grow even beyond this personal field. And you'll need to integrate this field that is above into you. Because the twin flame union, this is personal, wonderful contact with your soul. And the twin flame is actually connected here and then gathers here, in this wonderful open area that needs to be filled in with the truth of your being. So that is like one veil needs to fall further, your twin flame. But actually this veil also will need to fall inside of you, so that the source can come in and it can make sure that the twin flame that you experience here is actually your true twin flame. So that's another way of thinking about what that is. And I myself thought that these maps were very beneficial to explain that. So I think the doll wants to be seen as well. Hi. So that's my doll. The deeper beyond point is where they are. They are not a good relationship in the social emotional sense only, This is why it is still so mysterious for many, as not yet come true. Yet also why it feels so deep and true and is the most intense homecoming experience a human being can experience on the manifested plane. But if you get this, that could be a step in the direction of reformatting yourself so it will be attainable. A start can be to admit that you don't know yet what that connection point really is. You can come to feel whole on the so-called lower level, but you are only complete in the fullest sense of that word on the deeper level. This gives 2 layers of you to balance out as one, which means to exercise them. Yeah, that can sound like a heavy word, but that's actually more what it is. That can give confusion, and as it is both, in a sense, important. Both layers, right? You can click the deeper layer in, but now you are still repairing your soft skills and energy body, and this keeps on asking attention. Or you have your behavior and communication pretty much leveled on a nice heartfelt level, but now your twin flame journey still needs to become completed. In the sense of your twin flame is not here yet with you, or is not harmonized with you when you are already together, which is sort of the same, as it does not really matter that much if you are in different rooms in your daily life house. But what is the difference is, are you harmonized at the core, yes or no? I do think this is an interesting topic that causes this entire door to open for you to question yourself what these connection points are and how you can experience them. And if that beyond point is beyond experience, because it's so beyond, how will you be able to draw things in from that when it's so beyond that that's just like super beyond, you know? That's a big question. And in a sense, it does come when your lower connection point, so to speak, is balanced out, which I called exercised. And then it becomes easier, that's true. And they will just walk in when you really listen very, very, very to the subtlest energies that are present there very well. But the opposite is also true. When you click into the beyond layer, that inner healing of your energy body, of your actual body, of your mental emotional atmosphere also becomes, well, almost an automatic. And it becomes something that goes to the completion. You know, you can have these like episodes like, yeah, I just cared so much for my inner child and it feels really good. And I pretty much did that. But did you do it for the 100%? Right. So that's so interesting, I think, about having your beyond point, twin flame connection point, fully in your life, activated, etc. Then those inner child experiences will give a healing that is 100% on this bit and then of that bit, and then of that bit, of course. But you go to the fullness of that, like, yeah, that's a very interesting experience also. And at the same time, it's not complex. Everyone is. Everyone is. And it's doable for you because you are. And a human being has this capacity. And it's your birthright. You can just say yes to it. And then it will come into your life. And that's just as much true. You know, we can like start this whole series over and say, okay, people, just say yes. And that would be true as well. But of course, what do we say yes to? There's so much unconscious about that often, you know. That's why you listen to a vlog like this or something, you know. It actually looks a little bit like I'm a sort of a reading my column, which it sort of is. I think I have more, right? So, but this really just bubbled up in me over the years, and especially because I've known so many people, you know. I'm actually now not speaking my own language, which would be pretty obvious by now. I'm Dutch. I live in the Netherlands, and Dutch is my first language, obviously, but still, there it is. And I also know a whole bunch of people on the twin flame journey in my country. And I also met a whole bunch of them internationally. That's why we talk English then in that case. But yeah, in my country, yeah, I don't know. And in a certain phase of my journey, I talk to a lot of people. And I feel very grateful for all of you and for the experiences that we shared. It's beautiful. My impression is, looking back, when completed the journey, of course, one always goes deeper and deeper, but that doesn't mean that this particular kind of journey or part of the journey or the twin flame journey doesn't come to a fulfillment. It does. Well, that's actually what I wanted to say. Like, I've seen so many people there that it doesn't look like they are really arriving, and that can have something to do with not knowing this wisdom that I just revealed to you. And I would love for you to go further and reach it. I mean, that's what the whole point is. It's not that you desire something and it's somehow impossible because creation is sadistic or something. No. So, yeah. And I've also experienced growing up pretty much in a certain spiritual community. Very interesting experience that was. But they do actually pretty much the like the first point of this one. And they do that beautifully, really, really beautifully. But they're not living with their true twin flame. And that's where all creation gathers. You know, that's where it goes. That's where the future goes. So, in a sense, I offer going direct by knowing these points, starting to know what they are for yourself in your own life, and thus steering your own journey in a beautiful way that leads to such fulfilling, pleasurable experiences that you really desire. Yeah. So let's close it off here. And I really hope to see you in my next episode of this True Twin Flame series about divine love. Bye bye.